Hey guys, how's it going? Another episode of Hollywood Bomber, episode 62. It is 67. Yep, kind of crazy. Crazy weather. So we got a little bit of heat, and I think next week we're going to be cold. But lots of stuff going on. We've got, I don't know if you can see the yellow thing behind me here, the oil tank. Number 2 oil tank for Dr. Bill. He was wanting that, so he got it. Got a bunch of other stuff. We've got the shelves to go in the front. We've got beacon mounts. We've got all sorts of stuff, patches and repairs and all that. Got a bunch of stuff primed this week. So, hey, lots of things going on, some good news, some bad news, and we'll see you in the hangar. Okay, we have a box opening. We have Benjamin and Grace and everybody else in the county here helping out. Okay, so Grace opened the box. Who's it from, Grace? Probably doesn't say there. It's from Covington Aircraft Engines up in Mulgee, Oklahoma. Peanuts.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Cut these guys so that it doesn't. Otherwise, you'll have peanuts all over the county. So these are supposed to be in the box. Matthew sent us is some chip detectors. Not potato chips. Okay, it's in there somewhere. Surprise, surprise.
Peanuts everywhere.
That problem goes away as you take things out.
Is that all that's in there?
No, there's more.
There should be probably 2 of them. 2 of them? Okay, cool. Anything else in there?
Dig for it.
Okay, cool beans. Nothing in there? Cool. Okay, we'll get that out of your way. Okay, Benjamin, open one of those up. There should be 2 of the same. So probably just open one up. Okay, let's see. Tear it up, man. Big package.
Got all those wires you're talking about.
Are there wires? Okay, cool.
Sure
Open it
are.
up, man. Let's see what's in there. So what this is a chip detector. Okay, so we've got paperwork, FA paperwork. In fact, where's Noel? We're going to give that to Noel. This is the STC paperwork. This is the FA paperwork that lets us put it on the aircraft. And so what we have is, let's see what we have here. We have electrical harness that's going to wire into the aircraft, tie wraps for routing, labelings, which we're going to actually put the intent of these labels on the instrument panel silk screen in. Adel clamps for clamping it, a circuit breaker. So Big Mike is going to do the wiring. We have to tell him what's necessary. And then that's the idiot light that goes on the instrument panel. And then open this guy up if you can. You can probably knife that open. That's the actual chip detector, the actual detector. Sorry for the dull blade. Can't help you on that.
That's all right.
We put a brand new one in last year. I don't know what the deal is.
It was last year.
And quality's dropping.
Exactly. Okay, so pull that out. Yeah. So what the detector is what you have is a magnet, and if iron filings from if the engine's coming apart, it'll actually bridge from there to there. It'll do a little close the circuit, and then this is ground. This will go back to your powered circuit.
So that's positive there.
Yeah, and then your light will come on and say, "Stop, go to land." You have problems. Okay, cool beans. Good deal, guys. Thank you much. Another cool thing going on the engines.
I'm back for another round. Sebastian is here to say hi. What were you doing? Same thing last week as this week, but
yeah, just prepping the landing gear for for paint. There's a bunch of gunk in here. Just a little elbow grease.
a little more elbow grease, right?
Yep.
Just not without Maggie here to help you out with the. All right. Well, thanks, Sebastian.
You're welcome.
Hey, YouTube. Keith Miller's back. We're going to be talking here in a second to Benjamin and Grace. Figuring out what they're doing up here. Benjamin and Grace.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you two working on?
We are taping this up to seal it.
We're putting tape on all the things we don't want to get sealant on, so that we can then seal it and water doesn't get underneath.
Okay. So we're going to be doing some sealing activity there?
Yep.
All right. Next, we're going to be running into Joey and Katrina. They seem to be working on the same stuff they were doing last week, but a little more progress. So how we doing with this, Joey?
Good. Got our holes drilled in our rail here to get all these cassettes in place.
Okay.
Now we're kind of getting all our hardware in.
Letting Katrina go to town with the Sharpie marker I was watching earlier.
I don't know how to colour in the line.
Kind of finish mocking everything up, bolting it in place, and we'll try sliding all the
Alright.
different avionics units in to make sure everything works.
And I was asking you earlier, you guys are doing like this cross beam, so everything kind of like
Yeah,
one piece
should.
where
It'll keep
it bounce around, it doesn't cause everything to just
Yep.
bounce out.
Yeah.
So I have no experience working with this type of work, so I'm trying to learn. Cool. Well, thanks, Joey, Katrina.
And if you notice here,
Oh.
we're already at 16,000 feet.
We're at 16,000 feet. So apparently we need oxygen. As you see here, Sebastian's got a respirator mask on there, so he can't talk too well, but after doing all that scrubbing and elbow greasing, took the old shop vac, clean it up, and then nod if I got it right. Next, you're going to be doing some spraying, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me well in this?
What's that?
Can you hear me in this?
No, I can't hear you.
Not you can't?
No, I can't hear you. Yeah, okay. We are back with Benjamin and Grace, right? Okay, I got the names. So kudos to me. And I'm being told that they're working with Bill here on mixing goo.
We are mixing ProSeal or PR 1422 fuel cell sealant or PS 890 fuel cell sealant, Millis 8002 ProSeal, and we're using that to dress around the antennas that we're gonna eventually do all the antennas. It's just goo, and then we have I guess I'll pull it out. It looks like caramel.
Caramel mixed with some peanut butter and Nutella.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it tastes the same.
It tastes terrible. Okay.
So it's like a mixing jar there.
Yep. This wasn't my rivet container this morning, but it's a mixing jar now. I'm getting new rivet containers, so it's okay. It's all good.
Does that work like an epoxy?
Yeah, it's 2-part. And it's, I think, if you read a little the instructions, God forbid if we do that, it's part A until margins, then mix in entire constants of part A and a part B, which it's like 10-to-1 or something like that. But we're not gonna mix the whole ding dang can. Put that back on there. Come in here. Another one of these.
That's pretty handy where you don't lose the other part.
Yeah. In fact, what we can do here. Get this, and this is just black. It's like black. It's almost like it's not even like caviar, but it's blackness. And we'll put a little extra in there. Okay. Exactly. Okay. And then we're just gonna mix it up.
Is there a harsh set time on that?
Yeah, this stuff is 2 hours working time, and then it starts kicking. This stuff is the same 2B2 hours working time. Then you have half. They have dash half, which is 30 minutes. Which the reason why they have a quick setting is if you're got the airliner at the gate, you got a fuel leak, you got to fix it and get it going, get it out. You want it to quick set. And then if there's other jobs that take quite a while, they've got longer. I think 4 hours, 8 hours, where it will set overnight. So you're putting a big wing skin on a 787 wing or something like that, you know.
That wasn't it, Bill.
Okay.
Big first try.
Right now it's kind of like cold peanut butter, so we're trying to get a little more viscous. Mixed up some solvent in there.
Do you need another cup for yourself?
Oh no, you're doing this. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, it looks like guacamole that's gone bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you want it kind of like a like a soft caramel, like a not as wet as a hot chocolate or a chocolate syrup, but where it'll kind of stand up.
Like a Snickers bar.
Yeah, you want to kind of, like I said. Okay, now this particular stuff, this PR 1422, this is brown when you mix it up. The other flavors of fuel, the other versions of fuel cell sealant come out in a gray. Smells better. Okay, come on guys.
I just love how he compares things that you shouldn't eat to everything that tastes good.
Okay, so come here, Grace. Come on up. What we're gonna do is load this thing up. And what I want you to just daub it on. Okay, just fill it up. Fill up the gap. Don't be shy. Fill it up. And same thing over here. It's just come in here, and we want the gap full because we're going to take that tongue depressor and we're going to go around this so you can fill it up. Same thing here. Just fill it up with goo. Make sure there's goo in the bottom, and then just fill it up. Basically like a 45-degree angle, you know. Cool beans. Like I said, and this area is kind of important because we don't want water to go down it. So just fill it up. You got it. You got it. You got it. I'm out. Me scusi.
Thank you.
A little bit of mine.
Cover plate, cover plate. Cover plate with your ELT. Cover plate on this one. We need to punch a hole here for flap, and we need to drill these holes for these guys.
These screws were attached to this one.
That one? Okay, so we'll put that back. So you can see the stack here. STEC 55 autopilot, PM7000H audio panel, autopilot audio panel, GPS navigator, GPS navcom, and then Stratus ESG transponder. So this is awesome stuff. This is going to be greatness. And everything's pilot centric and all that modern stuff. So very cool. We'll put him behind.
Showing off the job.
We'll put him behind music. Okay, so now that you have that all done, take it all out.
No.
No. Hey guys, how's it going? Episode 62. Bunch of stuff going on. I didn't get enough to do. Wasn't able to do video myself because we were running around staying busy. Keith helped out, thank goodness. So next week I'll be back on the stick. Keith is going to take some holiday, which is great. But in the meantime, we had just a ton of stuff getting done this week. We had Chris and Lou got the upper ELT antenna in, got that in set up, screwed in, down, and all that. Brand new R.A. Miller antenna. I'll put the details on those antennas below. And then also here, I'll show you, they got the ELT mounted. Joey built a plate which went on an old junction box mount, and I'll come zoom in here. Way in the back up there is the ELT mount, and that was an old junction box for avionics and autopilot stuff. It was size of a small vending machine, so super stout. So we put the ELT back there, and then that ELT will go direct up to the antenna up on the roof. Nice antenna, again, a lot better than what we originally got with the ELTs, because we're a fast moving ship. So we got that. We're gonna have to run the antenna cable from the ELT up to the antenna, short run. Then we run the on-off line, which is nothing more really than telephone type cable. And then there's I think it's an RS-232 or something like that, or a S something, I don't know. I don't know cables. I'm not an electrical guy. And then that'll get wired up, and that takes the GPS feed from the radios up front and feeds it to the 406 GPS, so that if anything happens, it'll give last reported position, and that'll get beeped up to the satellite. So that's latest greatest stuff. So we're gonna have to start running some wires up to the front of the aircraft. Again, Isaac's antenna up on the roof there. He got that knocked out last week. On another note, we had, let's see, this was a group effort on this one. The beacon up here. Let's see, I'll see if I can zoom up on it. That beacon up there is a wheeling beacon. And let's see, Joey and Grace made the doublers, and then we had Dallas's brothers do another part of it, and then we put it up there, screwed it down, and then it wasn't sitting right. So then Isaac came in and did some dressing of the area, got it all fitted up. Then Grace and Benjamin got it all pro sealed. So that thing is ready for, that whole mount area is ready for final paint. We've got one little patch to put in up there where the old ELT antenna was, and then we're going to get that sorted and made beautiful. So that'll all be color matched. We'll also pro seal around any of the other antennas. So that stuff's going on. So they got that stuff going on. Let's see what other stuff going on here. Sebastian was working on the left gear well. Now the rear gear well area was real nasty when we first got the aircraft. It looks like a new penny. And Sebastian is working on this one. Miriam and Sarah are working on the other one. I'll zip around there, but basically slowly getting this area to start looking nice. It used to be all black and dingy and crappy and all that, but that's getting knocked out. Richard is, Gary and Jim were working on the battery box. The battery box is in, so now we can move the batteries up there. We've got some spacers we've got to glue down. Battery can go in, and the battery, instead of the batteries sitting on the floor over here, they can go up in there and be permanent party in the aircraft, and we can keep them charged and topped with the air in the aircraft. And now we can also completely mature the cable ends and get those all tied in to main bus, which is greatness. So that's cool. Richard again is still working on the fuel pump, getting all that sorted and fittings and hoses, and I've got to get hoses going. It's just they're killing me. Other stuff going is Grace, and you saw we did a little bit of a box opening, but Grace and Benjamin got the right here is the chip detectors. They got the STC chip detector kit. Got those installed on the engine. Real simple to pull the drain plug out, put those in, easy peasy. And then right behind it is the rocker drain, and we've got to get some fittings for that for when we shut down the engines. But this stuff basically is all done. Quality called. Got the inspector stuff on it, so that's awesome. Going around here again, you can see it's starting to look a lot better in this bay too, and that's from the hard work of Miriam and Sarah. They were scraping goo, and if you scrape goo and you get it clean, you get to paint it, so it's looking great. So they were, I think they were actually kind of having fun painting that. So both them and Sebastian got it going, so that was fun stuff. We had Gary Daniels in here this week doing a bunch of pictures, so you might see some stuff on Vintage Aviation News, which is kind of cool. Other stuff, like I said, if you remember the instrument panel, we had it sitting up on a stack and all that. We had it all set up with all the instruments in it. If you notice, the instruments are all out of it. Joey and Katrina were working this. They've got the stack, zip around here. They've got the stack, all the radios drilled in, fitted, all that with some also some bracing and all that. So that's it. One thing we have to do is we have to put one more instrument hole over here. We've got to whip out some blank plates, a little gap plate here to put in, and then this is going to go to paint. So we also got all the idiot light holes done. I mean, look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 idiot lights for this thing. Warning lights or operational lights. So those are all drilled out, ready to go. Like I said, all we've got to do on this is actually probably put a couple fill rivets. We got a couple fill rivets. These were just some notional holes, and then put a 2 1/4 inch hole here for one more gauge, and then this is going to go to paint and silk screen, and you can follow along on that. That should be kind of cool. So that's kind of neat. We got just a few little housekeeping things. Next time we should finish that up. So that's what is going on with the Hollywood Bomber this episode. Big thanks again to all our sponsors. Thanks everybody who's helping out on the project. And hey man, if you got any questions or anything, put some comments below. It's just great stuff. It's coming along. If you're in the Fort Worth area, definitely come by and visit. Like, share, subscribe, and notify, and all that other crap. What else? It's just, man, this thing's getting closer and closer to flying. We also got the oil tank. Number 2 oil tank is primed, ready to go in, so that's kind of cool. Dr. Bill will be working on that next week, so that's neat. And then we've got to find a few bits and pieces for the rear tanks, and those are going to be going in soon. So as soon as we have the oil system intact and the fuel system intact, this plane can run. I mean, there's nothing keeping it from running. We are going to run it without the outboard wing panels on because there's no rush on that. And it'll allow us, we know, with as many hoses in there, we'll probably have a leak. So it'll give us some access while we're doing our shakedown, pre-flight shakedown, and then the wings will go on. Wings are just big boxes with a couple wires in them. They're actually pretty simple. So we're not too concerned about that. Anyway, that's it for this episode, episode 62. Hollywood Bomber, that's the project. The channel is HangaRatz, and I'm Bill. And thank you much. This plane will fly. Antenna that Isaac put on last week. Well, Cindy and Kevin put a lower one on. We'll walk around and take a look at that. And then Lou, or not, I take it back. Who's it? I'm trying to think who put that on. I think Chris and Lou put this antenna on also. Now let me think.